Welcome to How to Start a Website 2.0. In this post, I go over how to secure your WordPress site against hackers and how to check for malware so you don't get blacklisted by Google or other search engines. You'll find more free content like this online at howtostartawebsite2.com. Hi, my name is Lori Stalter and I'm excited to have you here. This is a program about how to start your very first website. I cover all the tools you'll need, including where to find free options and if they're right for you. I share my story about the mindset traps I've fallen into and lessons I've learned along the way. Gain insight from my journey to get to your end goal faster. Some posts will have worksheets or how-to guides for taking action on your next website building step. To gain free access to them, head over to howtostartawebsite2.com/the vault to sign up today. Hello and welcome back. Tonight we're going to take a look at our WordPress dashboard. I'll give you a quick tour around so you know what's in there and available to you. I'm really excited to get started with this because I've been writing a lot of articles and shooting a lot of video, and obviously the website needs to be up and running so that I can start loading this stuff on, and I'm going to show you what I do as I do it. That way I'm kind of building the site and creating content for you at the same time. So in order to get to our WordPress dashboard, you're going to type in the URL or the domain name that you chose in the previous video, and it's /wp-admin.com, and that'll take you to the login screen for WordPress. You're going to type in the username that you selected and type in your password. Okay, so this is what the inside of WordPress looks like, and it's from inside of here that you'll do all the stuff that you need to do to post articles, to create pages, and make the site look the way you want it to look. It's all done right here. A lot of people, when they're first introduced to WordPress, they want to know how do you create a post, how do you create a static page, how do you how do you make it look the way you want to look, and that gets done with themes. There's a whole bunch of settings that are important and that you'll need to know as well. But the very first thing that I like to do when I start a brand new site is lock it down with some security. WordPress does have some known vulnerabilities, and there are people in the world that they spend their entire day looking for WordPress websites and trying to see if they can get through these vulnerabilities and take over your site. So I know you're dying to dive into all of these neat settings, but the first thing that I want to cover is how to lock down the site. So I just let me take that back a second. What I did was I over here on the side, you're going to select plugins, and there's a few already loaded here for you, which is awesome. Akismet will help block spam comments from your website, and we'll need to set that up. That'll be important to do. And this Hello Dolly thing, I've never used that. I always just get rid of that. So yes, delete. And then this jetpack is something that you'll find useful as well. And we'll get into which components of that you'll want to use and how to set them up. To add brand new plugins that aren't here now, you just come up here to the left hand corner of your screen and it says add new, and I'm going to select that, and it'll bring you to a screen where you can search for the plugins that you want by name. The security plugin I like to use is called Better WP Security, so I'm going to type that in and have the search engine search for it for me. And this is the first one at the very top. So all you have to do is just say install now. And I'm getting a little warning up here. Do you want to install this plugin? Yes, I do. Click OK. And once it has finished unpacking it, you have to activate. So you just click the link that says Activate Plugin. Okay, so that loaded the Better WordPress Security plugin, and you can see it on your list right here. There are a truckload of settings that go with this, and we're going to go through them because it's very important that you put security on your site, as soon as possible after you create it. The most important thing you can do is create a database backup, and you can also use this plugin to send you scheduled backups and intervals that you want to receive them in. And honestly, this is probably the best line of defense you can have against hackers. It's just having your stuff backed up, having the backup off your server and either in an email or on your hard drive. So that way, if you lose your site, you can always just shut it down and start up another server and have all your information to load right back up. But there are a lot of things that you can set here to prevent people from getting in the first place. Nothing is foolproof. I mean, we hear about huge corporations that are getting hacked to every day, and they've got some major security going on. So if somebody wants in bad enough, they're going to get in. But this will help slow people down. Honestly, unless you become, pretty big and pretty well known, you're just, basically you just got the people that are just trying to hack in for the fun of it. So the easiest way, just to get you started, especially if you're in a hurry and you just want to get the basics in place, is you can just say secure my site from basic attacks, and this will do just an across the board generic protection to help get rid of some of the most obvious vulnerabilities. The different colors mean just how far they took the security. They used to have a place that told you what color meant what. Let me see if I can find that. Here it is. So if it's green, that means it's fully secured. If it's in orange, it's only partially secured. If it's red, it's not secured at all. And blue items are not fully secured, but to take them any further could cause conflicts with certain themes and certain plugins. So you're kind of running a risk of, if you install something that needed something that's been locked down by this plugin, it's not going to work right, and you're going to be beating your head against the wall wondering why not. Like I said, you're trying to lock some things down, but you don't want to get too crazy with this because you can lock things down to the point that you end up blocking legitimate users of your website. In fact, I had one website where I went really crazy with the settings in here, and I kept locking myself out of the website, and that's not a good thing. So let's see. So we're going to just go right down the list here. You are enforcing strong passwords, but not for all users. So we can click here to fix that. Now, you may not even set up your site for other people to be users, in which case it doesn't really matter. But if you're going to let people create their own accounts on your website, then this is something you may want to enforce. So okay, so strong password tweaks. So basically what we're saying is we're only enabling strong password enforcement for just the administrator. If you open up that box, you can see there are other different kinds of users that you can have on your site. You can have people that have an access as editor, as an author, as a contributor, or as a subscriber. A lot of times when you open up your site, you're only going to open it up to the level of subscriber, unless you plan on having guest bloggers that can access your site directly, then you might set up these other levels that would have some ability to maneuver around inside the site, but obviously not have all the permissions that the administrator would have. So again, it's up to you how far you want to lock this down. As far as and all this means is they have to create a super good password in order for the password to take. I'm perfectly fine with just having it at administrator at this point. It might be something that I change in the future. So now if I go back to the dashboard, WordPress header is still revealing some information to users. Now that's something that's in blue, so they're kind of warning that it's partially secured, but if you take it further it can cause conflicts. Anything in blue I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna leave blue. Number 3 is green, number 4 is green. Number 4 is very important. Never use admin as a user on your site. Whether you get the Better WordPress Security plugin or not. And now the Better WordPress Security automatically removes admin. You don't want to use admin because most of the hackers that are trying to brute force their way through your login are experimenting with admin as the user and various passwords. So if you've removed this, they're never getting in that way. So whether you use this security plugin or not, just go over here to users, and you can see your list of users. Let's go over. And right now the only user is me. That's my username. If it hadn't already been removed, admin would be on this list, and you can remove it from here as well. A user with ID 1 still exists, so yeah, we want to get rid of that. Okay, so all I had to do was click on that, and it says congratulations, you do not have username admin, and no further action is available on this page. Okay, and change the admin user ID. If your admin user has an ID of 1, it is vulnerable to some attacks. You should change the ID of your admin user. So we're going to change the user ID. Okay, and that probably just randomly gave it a new number. It's no longer as number 1. So now that is locked down as well. Okay, so let's see. Number 7 is blue. You are not scheduling regular backups. That we want to do. So click here to fix on number 7. And we want to enable scheduled backups. You want to do this on a regular basis. You want it to be automatic because you know how you are. If you just I'll do it once a week. I'll do it, and you don't. So if you just set it up to happen automatically, you don't have to think about it, and it'll just do it. And it asks you for a backup interval. Since this is a brand new site and not a whole heck of a lot is going on here yet, I'm going to set this to once every 3 days. Now, once the site is fully built and we're getting regular visitors every single day, and they're commenting and there's interaction going on, I'll probably come back in and I'll do this, set this up so that it backs up every single day. I know some websites, they get so popular that they might do a backup every hour because if something happens and an entire day has gone by, they may have lost dozens or hundreds of comments, depending on how popular they are. First starting out, you're not going to have a whole lot of activity, so 3 days is fine. I like having my emails, my backups sent to me by email, so I'm going to leave that checked. And then you get to select which email address you want it to go to. I let it go to my Gmail account. And it also keeps however many backups on record that you want it to keep. And I'm just going to leave the default at 10, and you just save changes. Okay, so now if we go back to the dashboard, you'll see 7 is now green. Number 8, your WordPress admin area is available 24/7. I've played with the settings on other websites where I would have the admin area shut down. I was only inconveniencing myself because invariably I would want to be able to get in during a time where I said lock it out. So it's fine just leaving it orange. Number 9 is you're not blocking known bad hosts. There's pros and cons to setting this up. Again, once a hacker knows a certain IP or a certain host has been blacklisted, they'll just move on to somewhere else. And as that host clears up and you have legitimate users coming from there, you could be blocking them from your site. So some people say yes, definitely lock this down. Other people are like, no, you're doing more harm than good. I'm gonna let it go. It's really just not that important to me. Okay, so let's see. Number 10 is green. We're good. Number 11 is blue. We're gonna leave it blue. We're gonna leave number 12 blue. 13 is green, so that's good. Now 14 is red. Your installation is not actively looking for changed files. Well, here in the beginning, that's all we're going to be doing is changing files because we're building the site. So we're going to be adding a lot of new things, or we'll get something up we won't like the look of it. So we're going to be constantly in here changing. And with this, if you enable this to look for changed files, you're going to keep getting all of these warnings that these files changed, and it's like, well, yeah, duh, because I'm building the website. So this is not something I would activate right now. I mean, and I wouldn't activate it at all if you're the type of person who you're going to be in your site every single day making changes or adding things. It's just not a log that you're going to need. Now, if you're only in here once a month, and so suddenly in the middle of the month something changes and you haven't been in it, then you might want to know about that. Then you might want to activate this, but otherwise I'd let it go. 15 is blue. I'm going to leave it blue. 16 is blue. You are allowing users to edit theme and plugin files from the WordPress back end. Well, once again, if you install certain plugins, that might conflict, so I'm going to leave that alone. 17 is green, we're good. 18, 19, 20. Okay, all of these are stuff that certain themes and certain plugins may need to be able to access, so we're going to leave them blue. So overall, this is a lot more secure than it was before we installed this plugin. Got rid of some well-known vulnerabilities that hackers are constantly trying to exploit. So we're in better shape than we were. Now the other plugin that I like having right away is called Security, and we're going to go back into the plugin screen. So we go over to the left on the dashboard. You're going to click on plugins again. And we're going to add new, and it's Securi, SECURI, and it's already starting to come up. So yeah, okay, I don't want sexy login. Apparently I spelt it wrong. Let's see. Okay. I always manage to copy it wrong for some reason. Got word fence. Scrolling down, taking a look at the list here. And I'm not seeing it. Okay, I'm going to pop over here to my other dashboard, to my other website. And what is it called? SUCU. I spell it wrong every single time. SUCURI. There you go. Security. It's a malware. Oh, if only if I could say it. Malware scanner. The reason why you want this is if you end up with malware on your server and Google detects it, they'll blacklist your website and you'll never be found in the search engines. So, and then obviously that's not something you want to have happen to you, because if people can't find you in the search engines, you might as well not have a website. So we're going to install now, and it's asking me, are you sure you want to install this? I'm going to click OK. And it's finished unpacking it, and we're going to click Activate Plugin. Okay, let's see. And that also put the security over here on your dashboard list. And we'll just go to, and we can scan this site. Now there shouldn't be anything wrong with this site because we just created this server. But we'll do a scan just to make sure everything is hunky-dory. And as you can see over here on the right hand side, is your website infected with malware, blacklisted by Google, and they have a service that will help you with that. But it's finished doing its scan. It says malware, no. Malicious JavaScript, no. Any malicious iframes, no. Any suspicious redirections going on, no. They don't detect any black hat SEO spam, and they don't detect any anomalies. That's clean. And they also go out and they check with all the various different search engines, do they consider you clean? And they do. I would recommend maybe coming in and running this about once per month, because like I said, if you end up blacklisted from search engines, nobody's going to be able to find you, and that's not the purpose of having a website. So it's just a good thing to know that everything's clean, everything looks good. And again, your security is also over here on the dashboard list. So you know how to get back to it if you want to come back in and take another look at all of these tabs. To take a little bit closer look at them. But we basically went through a lot of these tabs just by going down this list. So I think that's all I'm going to cover for this video. I've already went over quite a bit. But now you know that your site is in clean condition, so you'll be found in search engines when you have something on your site that's worth searching, and you know you've taken some basic precautions against people trying to break in and hack into your website. On the next video, we will definitely get into what these other settings are and how to create a post, how to create pages, and start playing around with the settings. I'll probably save choosing an appearance and playing with that for a separate video, because that can be pretty lengthy as well. So thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I have a lot more videos on the way to help step you through on how to build your website. And definitely come on back to howtostartawebsite2.com. I have all kinds of checklists and worksheets that go along with a lot of these blog posts. I also have the Vault, where you can subscribe and get access to everything in logical order. Inside the Vault, I have everything set up as if you're going through an e-course that you paid for, except it's free. All you have to do is sign up. And that's all. Like I said, all that's available back at howtostartawebsite2.com.